Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Brie and I am so happy that you are here, and I am also super excited to show you my 2026 bujo setup today. I am absolutely in love with how it turned out and I really hope that you will like it just as much as I do. For next year I chose this gorgeous black notebook from Notebook Therapy. It is the Tsuki Lunar Spells notebook in A5, and at the moment of me recording this voiceover in the beginning of December, the notebook is still available on their website, so you can get it for yourself if you like it. It's not sponsored or anything like that, I just really love all their notebooks and stationery. Anyway, I ended up going for this particular notebook because I think it matches my personal style really well, and for the second half of 2025 I somehow ended up with two pink notebooks. Like, it was not planned that way, but somehow both my reading journal and bujo were pink, and I thought that this would be a very nice change compared to that. And with this journal I also tried something a little bit different than what I normally do. So if you've seen my reading journal setup, if not, I recommend that you go and check it out maybe after this one. But anyway, in my reading journal setup video I made like different themed spreads, and in my 2025 bullet journal I did the same. Like, each spread had its own different theme, but for this journal I decided to try and go for a similar theme across all the spreads, and that theme is like this kind of witchy dark vibe theme, if that makes sense. I mean, probably just looking at the cover that I am setting up currently you can tell what I'm talking about. I thought that this theme would match perfectly with the cover of the notebook, and I also had several sticker sheets that were like this theme. They are all from the same very talented artist. I'm not sure how to say her name and I don't want to butcher it, so I will pop her name up on the screen, and also I will put her links in my description. I have decided to do a little list of all the stationery that I'm using in the description, so if you are looking for something particular you can check there, and if it's not there it's probably from sites like AliExpress or similar, and most likely they are like stationery which I got a long time ago and I no longer remember where it's from. But most of the stuff that I use are from small businesses, and that should be linked in the description. But yeah, with that out of the way, you saw me set up the cover just now. I went for something quite simple this time. Like, again, if you saw my reading journal setup, the cover in particular was very extra, and for this setup I decided to go for quite the opposite, but I think it's quite nice anyway, and I think it turned out pretty if I do say so myself. But yeah, anyway, with the cover done I have moved on to the future log setup. I feel like most people watching would already be familiar with the kind of spreads that go into a journal, but I do want to explain them a little bit just in case there are people watching who have never set up their own bullet journal. So for this future log spreads I wrote down the calendars of the months from next year, and then I left a bit of space underneath each calendar to list certain things that might happen that month. Like, I separated them into birthdays, events and appointments, so if I have something going on in a month I can just write it down here, and then before the month comes when I am setting up the monthly spreads I can come back here to the future log and check if there's anything particular happening that month, like any birthdays, any appointments, any events, and then I can transfer it from these future log spreads to the monthly spreads basically. To be quite honest with you, I am not very good at using these future log spreads. Like, I always set them up in my journal, but I feel like half the time I forget to check in with them, or like I forget to update them when I have a future event or anything like that. But I still decided to set them up because they feel like an let's say, appropriate way to start the journal, if that makes sense. And I do want to get in the habit of using them. So I'm hoping that next year I will be able to remind myself to use these more frequently. But this is also the main reason why this year I didn't set up too many spreads in the beginning of my journal. Like last year I set up a lot of spreads, and in the end I didn't really use many of them because it was just too much work to keep up with them. So this year I decided to only set up spreads that I think I will be using, or at least I'm very much hoping that I will. But to be honest, I'm still very much in the process of trying to figure out which spreads work for me, which don't, and how to adapt these spreads to match my needs specifically, if that makes sense. Because I have been bullet journaling for quite a long time now, even though 2025 was the very first year when I started sharing my journals online. But yeah, I've been doing it offline, so to speak, for quite a long time. But the truth is that I wasn't really able to stay consistent with it. Like I would set up the beginning pages of the journal, and then after a month I would not be able to keep up with it anymore. So yeah, this year I am trying to sort of adapt my spreads even more to fit my needs, so I can guarantee that I will keep up with them, if that makes sense. I'm sure there are many of you who know the feeling of starting a journal and being super excited for it, and then sort of having your motivation disappear throughout the year. But yeah, anyway, with the future log finished, we can move on to my goal spread. I didn't really fill in this page yet. I just did the decoration because the truth is that I'm not 100% yet what goals I want to set for myself for next year. Even though it's close to the end of December, I don't know yet. But also I feel like those are kind of personal, so I didn't want to write them and film them. That's why I just did the decoration for the spread, and then I will try to get back to this and then set the goals for myself. Actually, I'm not even sure if I can call these goals. They are more like things to focus on, or reminders for myself. Of course, I have goals like read a certain number of books or mangas, or try to upload a certain number of videos, or keep to a certain upload schedule, that kind of stuff. But for the past few years, I feel like my main goal of the year has always been to just be kinder to myself and take better care of myself. And that's not really something that can be counted in numbers, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not yet sure how I will do that part of the spread, but that will remain to be seen. I still have a few days to do it before the year ends, actually. But anyway, when it comes to the spread, like I mentioned, I used again these kind of witchy themed stickers, and I think this was the best idea and the best thing I could have gone for, because I feel like it gives the journal a certain coherence, if that makes sense. English is hard and it's not my native language, like you have probably noticed by now. But anyway, I do hope that you understand what I was trying to say. And yeah, that was it for my goal spread. And the next spread that I am going to set up is actually my content planner. I sort of stole the idea from Mochi Bujo's 2025 bullet journal setup. I really like how it looked in her journal, and I wanted to recreate something similar in my own journal. To be honest, it wasn't strictly necessary to make a content planner in my bullet journal, because I do have a Google Sheets content planner that I use, but I wanted to have something in my journal as well, just to fill it out and then be able to look back on it at the end of the year. I started the calendar with November, as you can see, because when I started drafting out this journal in October, I actually thought that I might be able to upload something in November, which didn't happen, but it's okay. When I was actually setting up this spread, I was wondering if it was sort of a mistake to do it, because it was like very time consuming. Like I believe the footage of me setting this up was like 40 minutes or something like that, so it took a long time because like you can see I had a lot of cutting to do and like trying to make sure that I don't waste any of the washi tape that I'm using, because it's one of my favorite washi tapes and I don't want to like cut off too much and like throw it away. So yeah, it was a very long process, and like looking back on it, I don't regret making it because I love how it turned out. But again, I don't know if I will like keep this spread for my next year's journal, because like I mentioned, I do have a spreadsheet where I keep track of my planned videos and also of all the posts that I have planned, and like the ones that I'm working on for my Instagram and TikTok account, because I just have way too many ideas and I need a way to like keep track of all of them and like keep track of my progress with like all the videos and all the reels and pictures and all that stuff. But for some reason this is something that I cannot do in like a physical journal. I don't know why, it just feels much easier for me to do it in like a Google Sheets. Maybe because I often like end up changing things around, and of course it's a lot easier to do that digitally. Anyway, now that it's done, I don't regret that I made it. I think it's very satisfying to look at. Like I think it turned out very pretty, and I think at the end of the year, when I will have it completely filled out, hopefully, if I manage to stick to my plans of creating videos, then it will be like very satisfying to look at and just like see what kind of videos I ended up posting throughout the year. I did mention in my previous videos that I would like to be able to make monthly videos. Like the plan is to try and make monthly setup videos, so at the end of each month I could post a setup video for the next month. And I would also like to do like reading journal setup videos, though I am not like 100% sure yet how to go about doing that, because if all goes according to plan, I will be reading a lot in the next year. Like my goal is to read 100 books a year, or like next year, which means that I would need to read like somewhere between 8 to 10 books each month, and I'm not sure how that can fit in a reading journal video. Like setting up so many spreads in a single video, I feel like would take a very long time, and I don't know if I'm ready to make like videos that are 50 minutes long, or honestly I have no idea even how long it would end up being. So I was wondering if maybe I could do something like separate the videos based on the number of books read. So I could dedicate a video for 5 books, for example, and then every time I finish 5 books I could post a video of me setting them up. But then I'm not exactly sure what would go into a monthly reading journal video. Like maybe that could be just dedicated for the cover and then maybe statistics or something like that. I really don't know, and it's been quite tricky for me to try and figure this out. So if you're listening to this and if you have any ideas or any preferences of what you think might work better, then I am very open to listening to them. But yeah, that was all for my content planner spreads, and on the right hand side I am just setting up the milestone tracker page, because I wanted a way to keep track of the numbers of followers and subscriptions that I have. Like, of course, it's not the most important part, but I feel like it's very nice for me to be able to look back on it, especially after some months pass, and just like to take a moment to see how far I have come, because honestly it's still like very wild to me that anyone really cares about what I am doing. And like people have been like very, very nice on Instagram and on TikTok and here on YouTube as well. Like I am very grateful for it, and to be honest, like sort of a little overwhelmed, but like in a very positive way. Like, honestly, when I started uploading to Instagram, I did not think that I would get here, and it's been sort of like a dream of mine to, well, first of all, to be able to like stay consistent with my journaling, because as I mentioned earlier, it very often happened that I started and then I sort of just like lost motivation after a while. So the fact that I was able to stay consistent for a whole year is like something that to me is like quite a big deal. But the fact that I am able to share it with so many nice people who just like are very supportive and like encouraging and all of that, it just means a lot to me. So like I said, I wanted to keep track of these milestones that I reach or hope to reach. And well, there's also the fact that I just love my numbers. Like, if you have been following me on Instagram, then you probably know that I am like a statistics nerd. Even though I am very bad at math in general, I love keeping track of statistics and just like looking back at them after a while. So that's also part of the main reason why I wanted to set up this kind of like tracker page. And on the top in the table, I just wanted to keep track of the number of followers that I end each month with. And then below that, what I plan to do is write down the milestones in the little circles. I haven't done it yet because I want to do it like when 2026 begins, to see like exactly at which numbers I am starting the year. And then once I reach that milestone, I will color in the circle, and I am hoping that I will manage to also like fit the date in it, like in very tiny font, just so I can see exactly when I reach those milestones. I am honestly so excited to start using this journal, but I feel like that's always the case whenever I set up a new notebook, because I share it on my social media. I have to like set it up well in advance, so I have time to like edit it, like edit the videos, edit the pictures, schedule everything, and so on. So because of that, I always have like a few weeks which I am just like super impatient to be able to finally start using the notebook. But I am sure that many of you can relate if you have already set up your journals for next year. And if not, if you are still like on the process of working on them or like looking for inspiration, I do hope that you can find it here. Like I mentioned, I also started posting about my 2026 reading journal setup on the channel. So if you are interested in maybe setting up your own reading journal, you can check that out as well. But yeah, that's all for like plugging myself, I guess. I am also almost done with setting up this spread. I just added a few like finishing decorations. I left some space on the bottom, as you could see, because I wasn't sure if I would need it, like if I would manage to like exceed the expectations that I have for how many like subscribers I can get next year, if that makes sense. But moving on, we have my When Did I Last spread next, which is sort of unfinished. You will see in a moment what I mean. I wasn't sure yet what kind of things I wanted to track with this, and again I thought that maybe some of those things would end up being more personal, and I didn't want to necessarily write them down while filming them. So I left the table open, so if I think of any new things that I want to track, I can just add it to the list. So yeah, I don't know who this idea exactly came from. I saw it from few different creators, and I thought that it would be a good way for me to keep track of certain things. It's again one of those spreads that I tried setting up in my previous journals, but I wasn't very good at keeping up with it. So I am hopeful that maybe next year will be better. I feel like I will either start using these spreads and then I can keep them for future journals as well, or I will realize next year that, well, this is not something that's working for me, and then I will probably not do it in future journals anymore. But to be honest, I do like the idea of like keeping track of certain things. Like the whole point of this is to basically write down the date that you did something last, as the title would suggest. And now I am also rhyming. But anyway, so like you can see me write down stuff like when did I last change the bed sheets or change my toothbrush, that kind of thing. I try to leave enough space so I can write down multiple dates in the month. But this is also a great way to keep track, for example, of seasonal tests, so you can easily tell at a glance when you did something for the last time and if it's due to do again. I really hope that makes sense. I'm probably not the greatest at explaining things, in case you haven't noticed. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I will probably come back to this spread and then fill it up with more stuff I want to keep track of as more stuff comes to mind. And for now, I just added a bit of decoration at the bottom to make the spread not look so obviously empty. But I do hope to like finish up or like close up the table once I filled it out with all the things that I will be keeping track of next year. But that's about it for my when did I last spread. We can move on to my period tracker, which is a bit different than your typical period tracker spread. Like if you are into the journaling community, I am quite sure that you know what I mean, but just in case, I will quickly show you a picture of my 2025 period tracker. I decided to go for something different for the next year because with the tracker that I had for this year, I could not tell just from looking at the tracker like which day my period started exactly. I mean, like which day of the week it was. So I thought that by doing this kind of tracker with the calendars, it would be easier for me to like tell the day basically, and also see more easily how much time passed between like when my period ended and when the next started, like how many weeks passed. I feel like having this kind of format makes it much easier to like count that. And also with this kind of setup, I have more space. Like you can see that I left some space empty beneath each month, so I could write down any symptoms that I have in that month, if my period was late, if I had cramps, if anything unusual happened. So again, I can more easily tell at a glance if something was up in a certain month or if something unusual happened. So yeah, I am very excited to use this kind of period tracker. It's completely new for me. Like previously I had only the kind of period trackers that I showed you earlier. So I am hoping that this will work out better for me, or at least it will work as well as I sort of imagined that it will. But that's only something that time can tell. And honestly, I think that's the great thing about a bullet journal, that you can set up each spread in a way that fits your particular needs perfectly. And if you like set up a spread and then realize that it's not exactly what you were looking for, then you can always alter it for the next year and make it so it suits your needs better. So yeah, overall I am very happy with how this spread turned out. And I am very, very excited to start using it next year to see how it works for me, if I can keep this same format for the next years, or if I need to alter it somehow. But that's about it for my period tracker. If you felt inspired to maybe try out this kind of setup for your own bullet journal, do let me know. But in a moment we can move on to my last spread of this journal, which will be my sort of like theme tracker. Each little square will be decorated in a way that will match the theme of the month. So I will have sort of like an overview of all the themes that I had throughout the year. I really like the idea of this. I had an attempt in 2025 which sort of failed, so I am hoping that next year again it will go better. But I do plan to upload monthly updates to my Instagram and probably TikTok account as well, so I hope that I will be able to keep myself accountable that way. Anyway, I am kind of close to being done with this theme spread. I only have to add some decoration. I didn't want to do too much for this spread, so I am aware that it looks a bit empty currently. But remember, each square will be filled with monthly decoration, so I didn't want to do too much to not end up having like an overly decorated spread by the end of the year. But now it's probably time for me to start wrapping up. I am very close to finishing up this spread, and then I will show you my final flip through of the journal. I am very excited with how it turned out. I love every single spread that I set up, and I really hope that you like this journal as well, and that if you are looking for inspiration for your own bullet journal, that you were able to find some here. Do let me know in the comments which spread was your favorite, and if you are also working on setting up your own bullet journal for the next year, I would love to hear how it's going. If you are already done, if you are still working on it, if you haven't started yet, I love hearing all about it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all the support and love that you have shown me so far. It truly means the world to me. Like, I can't express it in words how much it encourages me to keep uploading and sharing my setups, and also to keep improving so I can provide better quality in my future videos, because like I said, I do have a lot planned. Hopefully the third part to my 2026 reading journal setup will come this Friday, and then the fourth and final part should be uploaded next week. And then, if all goes according to plan, I do hope to also share a January setup video towards the end of the month. So yeah, there is a lot coming, so if you like my journaling style and if you think those future videos are something that you might be interested in, please consider subscribing or giving this video a thumbs up, leaving a comment. I appreciate you all so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!